Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This video, we're looking at the MLB Prizepicks plays. We got baseball's back, and then we had baseball about a week ago with the Dodgers and Padres series. But we got true opening day today. We got 4:05. We got some early games, but DraftKings main slate starts 4:05. We got some props all from that game, all from that start time here. So let's go ahead and get into it. As always, if you enjoy the videos, please share the like button, subscribe if you have not already. Try to do a better job of making more consistent videos going forward now that we have baseball and basketball to work with. So this one wanted to just focus on baseball props. So first pick that we have here is Logan Webb and Yu Darvish taking a nerfie. First inning, you got 7.5 run total. You got two pretty good pitchers. You got a nice big ballpark. I believe wind's blowing in a little bit. So just hoping that both these pitchers keep the ball inside the ballpark. And Webb's pretty good with the ground ball rate. Darvish may hopefully, but the Giants' offense isn't anything crazy good, so I'm just hoping that this one has two good pitchers, low total, wind blowing in a little bit, big ballpark, a lot of the things that I look for a nerfie. So that's the first one we're looking at. Taking Eli De La Cruz over 8 fantasy. He's a guy that steals a lot of bases, so that's always a ton of upside for fantasy scorers. He's bats leadoff, or he's probably not batting leadoff. They'll probably have India bat leadoff, but he'll still be in the top 3 or 4 in the lineup. Gives you a ton of RBI opportunities, power. The Reds have like the second highest total behind the Dodgers today, so I'm taking all the hitters from those two teams. And you got Josiah Gray in a pretty bad Nats bullpen behind Gray, so I'm thinking the Reds are going to score some runs. Eli De La Cruz is going to be a big part of that, most likely if they do go off. Also taking Mookie Betts over 7.5 fantasy, so you got two Dodgers hitters that are both at 7.5 fantasy, even though the Dodgers have the highest total on the slate today by far. They're over 5, almost 5.5. And probably maybe even approach 6 by the time this slate starts. You got Betts, another guy that gives you a ton of speed, upside. Probably could see 5 at-bats here. Taking him over 7.5 fantasy. You got Jonathan India. I'm taking him over as well. He's a guy that probably bet leadoff for them. Another guy that had a really good season a couple years ago. Last year was still solid, but they had some other guys that kind of took over for the team and maybe kind of took a step back in the spotlight, but he's pretty consistent. You expect him to hit for high average, gives you some power, gives you some stolen base upside as well. So taking India over, and then you got Freddy Freeman, a guy that rarely strikes out. Lefty-righty matchup here for Freeman. The guy that I'm not taking his over base, I'm taking him over fantasy. Dodgers probably going to score some runs today. They give you a ton of RBI opportunities, Betts and Freeman. They give you a ton of power. I'm not sure exactly why they're both at 7.5 fantasy, but those are two that I really like. You could go with Ohtani too. He's at 8.5, so a little higher. Maybe I'd take his over bases instead if you wanted to do that. And then pitching wise, some of these guys aren't going to go super deep into games, so maybe a little risky taking the overs on some of these guys' strikeouts, not knowing if they're going to go 100 pitches or go 80 pitches unless you get some sort of word, unless you're looking at some beat writers and stuff like that. But early on, these starters typically they like to ease them in first couple starts, so for that reason, taking some of these hitters overs, probably see some more bullpen activities and more bullpen arms that you might see in a couple months when a lot of these guys are kind of being stretched out. So that's what I got. Those are my 5 picks for opening day. Best of luck if you are tailing, and I will catch you all next time.